Hi guys, welcome back to another video. This one is going to contain a bit of a moan. I know, I don't like to do it. Some pickups, more importantly, and they consist of games, CDs and a DVD. It's a bit of a mixture, which is good. Now, the bit of a moan, this is going to be one of these things that, oh man alive. I've been thinking about this, and if I do the video, I'll be kind of, oh, why did I do that? It's a little bit embarrassing. But I felt that if I didn't do it, I'd regret not doing it because it wouldn't be being fair or true to myself. And I figured I'm going to do it. And if you like it, well, it's nothing that you'd really like or not like, but I mean, whatever, I'll just say it. But basically, if you like it, you do. If you don't, well, it's too bad. It's one of them things. I'm just going to be honest. Don't worry, it's nothing, you know. Basically, I'm not going to name any names, although it should be obvious to quite a few people watching who I'm referring to. 2 people on YouTube. And like I said, I'm not going to name any names because it's not worth it and I don't want to really get involved, but I felt I had to, seeing as I've become sort of involved in it. I'll get to the point, don't worry. So without naming names, there's these 2 YouTubers, 2 separate YouTubers. Obviously, 2 people can't be one. Well, they can. Well, actually they can. What am I talking about? But you know what I mean. Anyway, so there's these two individuals, and they both had have their YouTube channels. Fine, obviously. And then one day, randomly, one of the YouTubers, who is British, and that's relevant, pitched up in America on the Americans' video. They did a video together, joint pickups video. And I saw this in my kind of subscription box, and I thought, that's weird. Not in a nasty way, it's unusual. So I watched it, and it was nothing, you know, it's just an ordinary pickups video. Just went through what they'd bought in the shops. Towards the end of the video, one of them goes, oh, by the way, not casually, as you do, by the way, we're getting married, these 2 girls, we're getting married. And I'm going to be moving over to America, is what she said. And I imagine like everyone else was like, where did that come from? That's a bit weird. And I especially thought it was a bit weird, again, when I say weird, not in a nasty way, but I thought it was a bit weird because only 2 months ago, not that I'm like some kind of detective, you know, I just remember it being 2 months ago, and I've since went back and watched the video to reiterate the fact that it was 2 months ago, because I didn't want to get it wrong. 2 months ago, the Brit gave the American a shout-out saying she'd just discovered her. So I thought, wow, that's a relationship which has happened fast, 2 months. Again, nothing wrong with that. I don't care. Good for them. But I just thought, wow, you know, as anybody else would think, that's happened fast. So I thought, well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to send the American a PM. And the reason why I chose to send the American a PM is because I'd forged somewhat, and very loose, you know, relationship, friendship, I guess. Very loose friendship. Which basically consisted of us leaving the occasional comment on each other's video. The usual, you know, nice pickups, thank you. Nice pickups as well, thank you. Yeah, no, it was nothing really. But still, we'd leave them kind of comments on each other's videos. So I felt a little bit comfortable speaking to her. So I sent her a PM and I said, very short and sweet, you know, it wasn't a massive, epic email, which I'm prone to doing to some people, and then back with me, you'll know who you are. No names mentioned, but not that it matters. But anyway, so I sent the American a PM and I said, wow, first of all, congratulations. Secondly, is it a wind-up? Just let me know if it's a wind-up, because it seems a bit weird because you've known each other for 2 months, and wow, that's happened fast. That was it, basically. And she replied back pretty much straight away and said, no, it's not a wind-up, it's all legit. And she said, oh, and by the way, we've known each other for a lot longer than 2 months. And that was that email, or the PM. And so I read it and I thought, well, that's a bit unusual. How can you have known each other longer than 2 months? Because just 2 months ago, you were given a shout-out and she said she'd just met you. So I said that in a PM. And then I said a lot of other stuff, such as, well, what visa is she on? How did you get it? You know, basically, how are you planning on moving to America? Or how's the Brit planning on living and moving to America already? Because it doesn't work like that. And, you know, in hindsight, I asked some very kind of, well, I say personal questions, not that personal. They're all concerning the visa. And I didn't get a reply to that PM, I guess because she thought I was being intrusive. But I was just curious, that's all. So then, because I didn't get an answer, even though it was only a day later, which is obviously not a long time. I mean, sometimes I take weeks to reply to people. But I was still interested, so what I thought I'd do is I thought I'd send the Brit a PM, which I'd never done before. And I don't mean to like cause any offence or anything, but I'm just going to be honest. I've never really watched her videos because I've always thought she's in your face. Bit rude, and all the rest of it. So I've never, and she probably knows she's like that as well. It's impossible not to if you like that. And we all, you know, we all get snappy and stuff now and again. But it's just in your face for me, and I've never really been a fan of that kind of attitude in general from anyone. So, and anytime anyone ever disagrees in a video, slams them down with F this, F you, and it's just like, it's too much. I don't like it. But anyway, I thought I'd maybe, because I've never spoken to her before, so I thought, well, let's give her the benefit of the doubt maybe, you know. It's one thing thinking something of someone, but I guess, you know, you can't really have these, you know, preconceived ideas of what people are about until you actually know yourself. And now I do. So I sent her a PM as well, basically asking the same questions that I asked her future wife. And it was just like, well, how are you going to get to America? Or how are you going to stay there permanently? What visa are you on? Because you can't just turn up on holiday if that's what you're doing. And I have no idea. But I just said, you can't just turn up and then just say you're going to stay there because you need to go through all the paperwork, you need to petition. You know, it costs a lot of money. You've got to have your medical in London. You know, you've got to have your visa. The correct visa has got to be issued and applied for. And these things can take months. Now, why do I know this? Well, shock horror, I've gone through it all. I've done it all. I've done the visa. I've paid for it. I've done the waiting game. The almost emotional game which goes with it, thinking, am I going to get it? Is it going to arrive on time? You know, what's going to happen if I get it? What's going to happen if I don't get it? What's going to happen when I get there? You're away from your friends and your family. I know what it's like to move here to America. I know what it's like. And that's why I was asking the pair of them these kind of personal, even though they weren't really personal questions, because they were all around the visa. It was not about, like, what did you have for dinner last night? I don't give a toss about that. My questions, yes, in hindsight, maybe they were perceived by them as being very intrusive. And I get the feeling that the pair of them, because, by the way, they both replied to me, like, within minutes, with the rudest email you will ever... I'm not going to read it out, but the pair of them, I mean, Jesus Christ. And this is the purpose of the video, really. It's because I was really shocked at the response. There's me asking questions, trying to help, and give them some advice as a fellow Brit who's done it all, and they came down on me, man, like a ton of bricks. Honestly, you should have seen it. It's kind of funny. I won't read it out, because it's pretty... even as a person, I don't care about what they kind of said to me, but I don't want to make them look even more stupid than they already look, at least in my eyes. But it was rude. It was, what's it got to do with you? Keep your nosy effing minds, nose out of my business, all this kind of stuff. And I'm reading it thinking, Jesus Christ, you have got the wrong end of the stick. I was just asking about your visa because, like I say, newsflash, I've done it before. I know how hard it can be. I was trying to offer some advice, or potentially offer some advice, friendly advice on how to settle in and what visas to get and what to expect and time frames and all this kind of stuff and how much it'll cost you. And I was just trying to be nice. And they both came down on me like a ton of bricks. And especially the Brit, again, hindsight, I should have known that by watching some of her videos. But it made me laugh. Two parts of her email. Well, all of it made me laugh, really. But the penultimate bit said something like, oh, and do me a favour, don't reply to this message. And, of course, I went to reply to it, but I couldn't because she blocked me. So why say don't reply when you'd already blocked me? It didn't make any sense. Silly. Let's have, I was going to say a cup of tea, but a glass of orange. It's bloody boiling outside. I mean, really hot. So yeah, and then the very last thing she said in the PM was, hang on, let me look at it. This makes good viewing, doesn't it? I mean, this is kind of cringeworthy. Oh man, I'm so tempted to read it all out because it starts really funny. Keep your little nose out of my... Anyway, that's how it starts. I'm not going to read the rest. Little nose. Thank you. Yeah, so the very last line is, enjoy California, right? Enjoy California. You suit it! Exclamation, exclamation. What does that mean? I suit California. I've been sitting here for like the best part of a couple of days going, well, I mean, I've been working. I've been sitting here for 48 hours. That'd be weird. But I've been trying to work out what she meant by that. Enjoy California, you suit it! Exclamation, exclamation. Because really, the irony there, which obviously was she missed missed the irony, was that California is a really gay state. Now, all right, granted, the bill to put through gay marriage quite recently didn't go through, which was a shock and a surprise and a disappointment, of course, in 2011. But it will go through eventually. But that's by the by. California is known as being very kind of almost liberal and very gay. I mean, San Francisco, the Castro. Everyone's heard of the Castro. And if you haven't, you have now. Google it. Just be warned, you may see a few things which you didn't want to see, if you're that way inclined. But it's 2011, anything goes, and I'm more liberal, if I can say it right, than anybody else. So what does she mean by enjoy California? Because it's basically saying, enjoy California, it's a gay place. Well, that's where you'd want to be then, surely. Surely what she should have said was, enjoy California. I should be there, not you! Exclamation, exclamation. But she didn't. She went and ballsed it all up at the end there by saying, you suit it. In what way? It didn't make any sense at all. It just made me laugh. And I don't think she intended me to laugh either, but it did. So anyway, that's it in a nutshell. Jesus Christ, I've whittled on for ages about this. Apologies, it takes away from the whole detraction of the pickups and everything else. But I wanted to get that off my chest. I couldn't reply to them because they blocked me, in the very slim chance that they're watching this now, either one of them, which they're probably not. But if you know them, I advise you to get them to watch this, because then they'll realise that they cocked it all up, and they screwed up, and they got very aggressive when there was no need to be, because I was trying to help. And it just goes to show you, doesn't it? Well, you've got to help some people sometimes. Just try and be nice, and they just ram it down your throat, so to speak. So that was disappointing. That was very disappointing, actually. I was quite annoyed by that. But yeah, but like I say, once again, yes, I did ask a lot of questions, and they may have been perceived as very personal. Like I say, as if I was questioning the validity of their relationship, which I wasn't. I was absolutely only interested and curious because I've been through the whole visa thing myself, which obviously, let's face it, 99.9% of people who are watching that video wouldn't have done. And I'm one of that 0.1%. I know what it's like. I was only trying to be helpful. But anyway, that's that. Pickups. So I've got 5 PlayStation 3 games. Like I say, I've got some CDs as well and a DVD. Let's do the pickups first. I'm going to try and wrap through this or rattle through it as quickly as I can, but it's not going to happen with me, let's face it. But this is probably going to be a 20-minute. Eye is firmly on that clock down there. So anyway, first one up is a game. I think all of these pretty much... Yeah, all of these are games which I wanted to buy on release day, but I didn't. Because... just these days, as I think like many of you guys and girls, you know, we're being a little bit more hesitant with what we buy, because if you wait a few weeks, the price just shoots down. You know, $50, $60 release day price. Wait a few weeks, comes down to 40. Wait a few weeks after, it's down to 30, maybe 25. And it just pays to wait. There's no need, there's no rush to have something straight away. So this, and I'm telling you what, man alive, I'm glad I waited for this, because it's not very good. In saying that, I've only played it for about 20 minutes, and it's Socom 4. Socom? Either way. So yeah, Socom 4 US Navy SEALs. Sort of like a tactical, strategic shooter. And I think if you put the time into this, and the effort, and the devotion as well, then you will be rewarded. But I'm kind of very much a kind of a Call of Duty kind of Battlefront player. I like to be in the action. This is like, you sit back, you pick people off. In theory, I should really like it, but there's something about it which makes me just think, you know, meh, that kind of thing. But I will get into it. Interestingly, though, it comes with the code for a beta. Is the code on the back? Oh, the code's not even on there. It's on the back. You can't see it because I'm going to scratch it off. For Resistance 3. So I wasn't a massive fan of Resistance or Resistance 2. Didn't hate them. In fact, I have not even played Resistance 2 yet. But the first one I didn't really like. It just felt a little bit bad for me. The controls, the graphics are a little bit too cartoony. And I didn't enjoy it. But again, I spent, 20 minutes with it, and I will go back to it. But I'm definitely looking forward to checking out the multiplayer beta. That should be interesting. Okay, next one up is a game for another game that I've got for the PlayStation Move, because the PlayStation Move for me is completely underused. I just think it's been a bit of a disaster by Sony. I think really when we look back in 5, 10, 50 years' time, whatever it is, I think the PlayStation Move is going to be one of the things that we kind of look back and laugh at and think, that didn't work. To me, it's just not really been that much of a success. Kinect hasn't been that much of a success either, but I do prefer Kinect. Don't get me wrong, I like PlayStation Move, and I've got it, obviously, so I'm not going to slag it off, but I just prefer Kinect. Anyway, so the game in question, I played the demo when it first came out. When the PlayStation Move, I should say, first came out, I played the demo of that, it came with it. And it is the shoot, so kind of like a light gun game, essentially. Think of like Time Crisis, I suppose, is the best analogy example to use. And I don't know how much of that you can see. Probably not at all. But it's sealed. I didn't realise that, which is good. Oh, I was going to discuss prices. This one I think was $25. So again, thankful basically I didn't pay $60 release. This is $12. Can't complain. Next one up, I've taken the sealing off, but it arrived sealed, which was great because in the auction it didn't say it was sealed. And I got it for $32. So again, pretty much half price to what I almost paid for it. Just going back, a couple of months. And, a box complete, all the rest of it. And it's L.A. Noire. So I'm really pleased to get this. I've heard very mixed reports and reviews about this. I mean, some people saying it's great and all the rest of it, but others saying, well, you know, once you've played through it once, you're not going to want to do it again. There's no real replayability to it. Although obviously there's a lot of DLC, so that does add replayability, but it also adds or takes money from your wallet. More money to Rockstar. But if it's good, it's worth it, I guess. Let's have another swig of orange. Oh, honestly, sweating like a pig. Really warm outside, like I say. Next one up, Anyroad, did I say how much I got that for? It was, again, around about $30. God of War 2 is the next one. I wasn't meant to do that. I was going to show it and then say it. So, there you go. God of War 2. Not God of War 2. God of War 3. My apologies. My bad, as they might say over here. Or maybe over there now. There's the side. Yeah, now, I've never played a God of War game before. I've got to be honest. Never played a game before. And I'm not really sure it's my thing, this whole hack and slash. But I thought, you know, it's a big game. Everyone's heard of it. So I thought it's about time I, you know, climbed on board. I mean, it's been out a good couple of years now, I reckon. It doesn't say on the back, or I can't see it. But yeah, 2009, maybe early 2010? I'm not quite sure. But glad to have got it. And it was $12. Again, like the other one. So I thought I couldn't turn that one down. Particularly because it was the Black Label version and not some kind of stupid greatest hits. Oh, I hate them. Okay, next one up. I've been playing this demo a lot lately. First of all, I played it on the 360 and I really enjoyed it, much to my surprise. And then I bought it, then I downloaded the demo on the PlayStation 3, on the PlayStation Network, because I wanted to see what the controls are like. Because when it comes to Call of Duty, I'm awful, I mean truly awful, with the DualShock on Call of Duty, but I'm really good on the 360. So I thought, well, I was kind of good on the demo of this game on the 360. Let's play it on the PS3, and if I'm really bad on the PS3, I'll get it for the 360. Now, as it happened, surprisingly, it played pretty much exactly the same on a DualShock and a 360 controller. So I thought, well, in that case, and there was no real reason as to why to get it for the PS3, other than, I guess, it was a good price. And at $22, $23, I thought it was a good price. And that is Homefront. Now, I know for a fact that there's some really negative reviews for this. A good friend of mine, really good friend of mine on YouTube, Snestastic, Pete did a gameplay of it. I don't know when it was, mate. It was a couple of months ago, 3 months ago, whenever it was. And as per usual with a lot of PlayStation 3 games, so it seems, there's a lot of bugs in it. It kept kind of freezing and all that kind of malarkey. And I think you were very critical of it, as a lot of people were, of the single-player campaign mode. But I've not really bought it for that. I've bought it exclusively for the multiplayer, because I really enjoy it. It's not the best game ever, but I very much was surprised by it, I've got to say. I just expected it to be dreadful. It wasn't. So that's that. So that's 5 games there. And again, let me just show you the sides, just in case anyone in the UK is watching and you care about things like this, which you probably don't. But you may have different spines. You may not. So that's the American version, obviously. Or versions. Right then, CDs. What time is it? Coming up to 20 minutes. Yeah, it's going to be a long video, but what can I say? So let's put these into... I'm not going to go into too much detail, he says. So there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 CDs. Quite a lot. They all came in one bundle. But I was kind of pleased because each one of the CDs I wanted. It wasn't as if there's like a bundle of 9 CDs and I thought, well, I only want 2 or 3 of them. The rest are like some rubbish nonsense music. They're all CDs I wanted. And the first 4 are all by bands, I'm sure you're aware of them, called Depeche Mode. And I think they're a great band, but, you know, each to their own. The first one is the singles from 86 to 98. I like the front cover, by the way. Nice artwork, as we'd say in the gaming community. Next one up is just called 101. That's pretty good. Just trying to look what songs are on the back. Next one up is called People Are People. I don't know if anyone out there is a Depeche Mode fan or if you've even got these CDs. And this last one is just Personal Jesus, and it's a single. It's a CD single with, I guess, it looks like a plethora of Personal Jesus singles, mixes, I should say, on the back. Okay, the next 1, 2, 3 are by a band called The Cure. I'm sure you heard of them. This one is called Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me. That wasn't an order, by the way. I usually charge for things like that. Joking. Or am I? That's that one. Next one up is Wish. The Cure, Wish. And then last up but not least is Paris. I'm not sure if this is an official album or whether it's a live gig. I think it's a live gig. I'm going to have to look at the back now. Oh, right, yeah. Recorded live at Les Zénith, Paris, October 1992. 1992, what a great year. Love that year. And then the last two are by a band called Erasure. I love Erasure. It's going to be honest. Not everyone's cup of tea. A little bit kind of, well, obviously stereotypically gay and camp and all the rest of it. Oh, seeing as it's a camp gay theme, I guess, today. Yeah. It's relevant, I guess. But I really like them. I think they're a great band. This one is called just Pop, first 20 hits, I guess. So that'll be good. And then this one, I'm not joking, I'm not exaggerating. This is one of the greatest albums ever. When I say that, of course, bear in mind that I'm presuming there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of greatest albums ever. This is just one of them. Or it is in my opinion. I really do like it. And it is Erasure again, and it's called The Innocents. There's the front cover there, if you can even see that. Oh, the back as well looks kind of nice, with the colours on there and stuff. I know that sounds a bit weird. Actually, I just thought I'd better check to see that bloody CD's in it. It is. No, but in all seriousness, I really like Erasure. If you're not into that kind of music, that sort of disco-y, pop, stroke, whatever else it is, the words completely disappeared out of my head. If you like that kind of thing, you're going to love this. Just ignore the fact that, you know, when people think of it, they kind of judge it on things other than the music, which is absurd. You know, it's an absolutely outstanding album, and when I say one of the best ever, you know, I do stick by that, but it's certainly one of the best of the 80s. An outstanding album, and if you've never heard of it, then you've got to buy it. What more can I say? I've already said it's an outstanding, great, brilliant album. Just get it, it's great. So there's my DVD. Oh, one more. There's my DVDs. It says I haven't even showed the DVD yet. Now, this is, what time is it? Just over 20 minutes. That's not too bad. 23 minutes, whatever. I'll wrap this up pretty quickly. We've just decided, me and the wife, to get a few DVDs lately. The plan is to sort of watch one, like it'll be her choice, and then we'll watch my choice and see what each other thinks, basically. It's just another excuse to watch more TV and watch stuff I want to watch. But she basically had the first choice of what DV to get for this month, and she chose to get The Tudors. Now, I don't know if anyone has seen this. I think this came out in 2007, 2008. This is season 1. And I didn't see it. I think I came to America, was it 2008? Can't quite remember. But this had started while I was still in the UK, but I didn't watch it, even though I was interested. So I'm watching it again now, and I really like it. It's not the best thing ever, but it is good. So I'm pleased she got it, actually. And then I don't know what I'm going to get next month as, like, you know, my choice, but I'm thinking something like maybe Blackadder. I don't know if Only Fools and Horses, the kind of British humour, would go down that well with her, even though she's more than familiar with it, obviously. And I think she's seen a couple of episodes of it before. But I don't know what I'm going to choose. But basically, I've been really surprised. I thought I'd sit down and watch this and think, oh my God. But I'm watching it, I'm really enjoying it. And I like history anyway, so it's even though a lot of it is obviously exaggerated and all the rest of it, it's still a good watch. Maybe you don't like it, maybe you do. But that's that. So that is all I've got to say. Apologies for the rant at the beginning. Obviously, it was something which I said which was absolutely 100% taken the wrong way by two people, both of them. And it really surprised me, disappointed me. But, you know, such is life. You know, not everyone's always going to be as friendly as me or as you, depending on who you are, obviously. But, yeah, thanks for watching. Until next time, see you later.